First of all, man, happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
It's your second show, is it? You're in Manchester.
This is the second UK show that we've done.
Yeah.
We've been over here now for about 3 weeks. Started in Spain, went through Belgium, Copenhagen, some of the Scandinavian areas, and then made our way back down here. We've got, I think, 7 shows in the UK, this being the second out of 7.
How's it going so far? Obviously, you've only played in Manchester so far, but how was it?
Awesome. It was really good. The whole tour's been great. The UK rooms are certainly the biggest out of all the ones that we're doing. So last night was a great show. Still working out some of the technical differences from playing, a 3,000 seat theater to a 10,000 seat arena or whatever. with some of the sound equipment and stuff, but it was really good.
Do you think Alter Bridge? Well, you guys have said before, Alter Bridge does have a bigger following in Europe and the UK than in the US.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of have my suspicions, but I think that we found in general with a lot of, and there's a ton of US fans that are like this as well, and it's still growing there. We're not at the arena level there, but we've graduated from the clubs into the theaters and more proper stage sizes, and it's been a nice change of pace. I think with the UK fans and Europe in general, it's a lot less radio driven. I mean, I'm sure that there is radio here and it does play an important part, but
nowhere near as much rock radio.
Nowhere near as much as in the US. And with the US, there's everything's driven by radio, at least up until a few years ago, and it's still very important. Social media has kind of taken over a lot of the need for radio. But you get a song played, if you can get it on there for a couple months, that's great, and then it goes away, and then the next flavor of the week comes up, or the flavor of the month, and you find fans that will stick with you for life, but it tends to be, to me, a little more fickle of a market.
Yeah.
Where over here, it seems like once you get a fan, they're your fan for life.
Yeah, we metal fans over here are very diehard.
Big time. Yeah. Big time. And when they if they like you, they'll be with you as long as you don't start sucking.
Yes.
So that's, I think that we've noticed that's probably one of the biggest differences with this market compared to specifically compared to the US.
So it's kind of like a best of both worlds thing. Then you get to be more intimate in the US, but over here you get to just sell out these massive arenas. I'm not complaining either way. No, of course.
I'm still getting to do what I love to do, and more or less this is about 20 years in for me, so I've been very fortunate.
And obviously you've got 3 supports, Gojira, Volbeat, Like a Storm. Did you get to choose those guys yourself, or is that a management?
No, that was something that, at first you kind of have to look at who was available. You could throw out a million different band names, but they might already be on some tour or whatever. But with Volbeat, we've played some festival shows together. We've never actually gotten a chance to hang out much with the guys, but certainly love the music and know that they are a very big band in their own right. And to have them be a part of this is super cool, and I think a great package for the fans. With the Gojira, we're just fans in general. They're badass.
They are amazing.
For lack of a better term. And Mark, on his solo project, I guess it was over this summer, they played some shows together and got to know each other. And it just seemed like a really cool fit. They're sort of metal experimental, and we're maybe rock. I wouldn't necessarily say experimental, but not.
You got some proggy elements in it.
There's a little bit. And it just seemed like it'd be a really cool bill and something unique for the fans, where it's not just the same sounding bands, 4 times in a row, but you really get a nice spectrum of rock and metal. And then with Like a Storm, those guys have been friends of ours for years. We've done multiple tours together through tiny clubs to wherever, and to have them here in the UK, they're just good dudes, and they're hard workers, and a lot of fun to be around. It seemed like a good way to open the night.
Of course. And you sort of talking about Alter Bridge being a little bit experimental with its rock. I've sort of noticed, you might disagree with this, but since sort of Blackbird AB3, you guys have been getting gradually heavier. Is that something you'd agree with as well?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think certainly Mark doing Tremonti stuff, which is definitely on the heavy end of the spectrum. That has certainly found its way into the nuances of what we do as a band. I think with Myles, with his influence, there's a certain Opethy, Mastodon-y kind of vibe that he draws from, and I think all of that kind of finds its way in there. It just subtle moments. It never fully goes.
It doesn't go fully insane.
Yeah, yeah. But it'll touch on it. It'll find a 30-second window to do something like that kind of bounce back out of it. That was something really from about Blackbird '83 on, where it was kind of like if we just do 8-minute songs, so be it. As opposed to trying to cut it down to that. At least for American ears and radio, they want that 3-minute, 45-second song.
Yeah.
Gets to the chorus really quick and has the hook, and then it's over with. So you can get the next song on, or the next advertisement. And we just decided that wasn't the way we were going to make songs or make a record. We have songs like that.
Yeah.
But, that's not all we set out to do.
Do you think that's something that Creed could have gotten away with back in their heyday, making these 8-minute proggy songs?
I don't know. I mean, I think with a song like Faceless Man, which was on the second record, then Who's Got My Back Now, which was on Weather, that were sort of longer songs, 5-6 minute songs, 6.5 minute songs, that felt more Journey, not Journey the band, but like it took you on a journey.
Yeah.
But I think with Creed, we just got known for being that 4-minute song, that did really well. We had a ton of success, and I enjoyed every minute of it. But I don't know that that's something that we could have gotten away with and kept a fan base, like the fan base that we'd earned. And that was, I think, important with us doing this, was we're going to make the music we want to make. We're going to make it as long as we want to make it. Or as short as we want to make it, and that's just going to be what we do, and the fans that dig that will be the ones that come along the ride with us. So. And knock on wood, here we are.
That's going to fuck the mic up now.
It totally is. It's like an earthquake. But we're playing the O2 tonight.
Yeah,
so.
Awesome stuff, man. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
It was Wembley 5 years ago, wasn't it? That was sort of the...
It was,
a massive show as well.
Us and,
it was my first ever gig, that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Dumb 15-year-old kid just in the crowd.
That's badass. Us and Blackstone Cherry.
Blackstone Cherry, I saw them in Portsmouth the other day as well.
They actually came out to the show last night in Manchester. Way. Yeah, they had a day off there. They're playing there tonight, as a matter of fact. So they
awesome stuff.
Came down and hung out, which was nice to see those guys. They're the best.
Yeah. And with Alter Bridge as well, it seems like you make a new record every 3 years. That seems to be the...
That's the cycle. Right?
Is that something that you guys set in stone, or is that just the way it happens?
It's really just kind of the way it's happened. Especially now that Mark's got something that he's doing. Myles has been doing, the Slash thing. I guess we'll see where that shakes out now that Guns N' Roses is an entity.
Of course, yes.
Again.
So
until Axl joins AC/DC permanently, and then all of a sudden that goes away. But
so does no one know what's going on with the state?
I'm sure Myles has an idea, and I'm sure that there will be something in the future with him and the Conspirators. But there's, as far as I know, there's no specific date that's set in stone yet. But we'll wrap up this album cycle probably towards the end of next year, 2017, maybe early into 18, just depending. And then it just kind of see what happens. the 3-year cycle feels a little long to me, but I also think it's a good way for us to not burn out fans. If you're every 18 months you got something brand new coming out constantly, I think sometimes it's good for a band to take a little bit of hiatus and then sort of rekindle where you were.
Especially now they always say there's less money in records now.
Yeah, now so it's a different world now than it was when we first started, for sure. But I think for the most part, most bands tend to make their career off of live performances. Luckily, that still seems to be a fairly thriving market these days.
Works well for you then. You guys have been called one of the best live bands of the modern era, so
well, thank you.
That works in your favour perfectly.
I just tell me who I need to pay.
But obviously during Ultra Bridges, I don't know, downtime, I guess would be the term. Obviously Myles is doing Slash, Tremonti's doing his solo stuff. You did Projected between AB3 and Fortress.
I did, yeah.
Is that something you might be going back to, or is that
it is, one and done? Actually, yeah. It was John Connolly from Sevendust, who is the front man and writer for that. Had a bunch of stuff cataloged, and we didn't get a chance to really work that record. I think we kind of did it more just for fun, just to see what we could do with it. And he sort of put it out on his own, but I think this time we've recorded a bunch of new material.
Already?
Already. I actually did my drum tracks maybe a month, 2 months after I did the tracks for Last Hero. So we went up to this place in New Jersey that their management, Sevendust management, is based out of. They have a studio there, and went in and recorded a bunch of songs real quick that are really cool. And then I left from there and then basically went straight into a quick family vacation into tour rehearsals for the summer tour that we did with Disturbed and Breaking Benjamin in the States. But anyway, everything's recorded. We're working on getting it mixed right now, and then just trying to find a window within the next 12 months to maybe try to get it out and find a spot where we can tour. We share a guitar player with Mark, with Eric Friedman, who plays in Tremonti, so I'm hoping whenever Mark books a tour, we'll just hop on there as the opener and can go out and do a 30-minute set, just have fun.
That'd be cool. That would be cool. But Ultra Bridge, you guys have been together, same lineup, everything. Is it 13 years now or 14?
We started January of 2004.
Okay.
So we're coming up on 13.
Coming up 13. Do you think those side projects, I guess, sort of help the band's longevity? So take a bit of a break and then come back to it?
Yeah, I don't think that's been a hindrance. I mean, sometimes it would be nice to, even if we're in a downtime and something came up where we could go out and do a couple shows or something like that, we could do it. That's not the case with the way everything's set up right now, especially as much as, we like to work. Slash likes to work twice as much as we like to work.
Yeah.
So anytime it's Myles is in that Slash camp, he's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for months and months on end. But I think him being a part of that has really opened up a lot of people's eyes to this band.
Yeah.
And I can't see that that's been a bad thing at all. Myles is a very capable singer, and I think for him to get out on that stage the way he, with a guy like Slash, really opened a lot of people's eyes, no pun intended, to us as a band, and just him, them sort of trying to figure out who he is and where he came from. Mark doing his thing, be it musically where it's kind of seeped into what we do, or just him still being present when it's not an Ultra Bridge, work month or work year. It's been good. It's been good. I would love for us to be able to work a little bit more than we do, or maybe not quite take as much downtime. But I can't say that it's hurt.
Yeah. Just one last thing before we wrap up. It's a fanboy question, I apologise, but
Absolutely.
when is the Myles solo record coming? When is that happening?
It's a great question. I have had a chance. It took months and months of prying and constantly badgering him, and he finally played some of it for me. And it's awesome.
Yeah.
But it's basically been recorded for 5 years now. I think close to it. It's maybe even longer than that. So I don't know when it's going to come out. He's sort of toying with different ideas of maybe re-recording some stuff and changing some things, but he certainly hears about it 30 times a day from various people. So I think eventually he's just going to have to give up.
He's going to have to crack
and put it out and just roll with it.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, Matt.
Absolutely. Thank you, man.